Ahoy hoy folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. Yes, I'm very excited. We have this month, so this is February 2023's ScrawlrBox, and I'm not sure what's happening, but there's a big yellow mark on mine, which I wonder if that's to do with what supplies we have in the box this time. I'm hoping that this is a good one, and some of you know I wasn't majorly impressed with the last one, and yeah, we've been slightly up and down with ScrawlrBox at the moment, so hopefully they can break their streak and come out with a good box. But that's always the case with these subscription boxes. So this is an extra video this week, so apologies for no video last Tuesday. We're having a video today, which is Sunday. There will be another video on Tuesday, and then our usual gaming video on Friday as well. If you haven't already and you want to support the channel, then please go down below, click like and subscribe. It really does help. So without further ado, let's turn the camera around. I'm going to drink the rest of my tea and we'll crack open February 2022's ScrawlrBox. Okay, here we are, and you can see that yellow mark I was telling you about just there. But for those of you that don't know, ScrawlrBox is a monthly art subscription box. It costs about £19. The cost of the materials inside the box is supposed to be more than the cost of the box itself. That's been a little bit hit and miss, and I've been fairly critical of that over the last 6-7 months, and really digging in and making sure everything is as advertised, because they do give prices on the menu that comes inside. But inside we have art supplies, a sweet treat, a sticker, a magazine, a piece of artwork from the monthly featured artist. And generally it's really fun. It's great for new artists who are just starting out and want to try different things. It's also good for established artists who want to try things that they've never tried before and get a little surprise each month, which is why I do it. I like getting the little surprise and I like sharing it with you guys. So for every... oh, this is my favourite bit. Hold on. Ready? Love that. For every box that is bought, a tree is planted as well, so it's ecologically friendly. But let's open up inside. It's quite a heavy, dense box this month. Well, it feels like we've got lots of things in here, so I'm going to pop that to the side. So this is all of the contents for what we have. This is the Scrawler zine, so I'm going to pop that here. This is the piece of artwork which I really like. It looks like we've got a bit of collage in there as well. And this looks to me, it's a wet medium, so potentially acrylic paint. I hope to God it is not acrylic markers. Again, I hope it's just some paint. We've not had paint, watercolours or acrylics for quite some time. It's been markers and it's been pencils and it's been ink. So I'm hoping that we get something that's actually going to be fun to use. And then down here we have Canson mixed media. It's 300 GSM. It is 10 sheets of A5, so mixed media, not giving anything away there on what the supplies might be. I'm going to pop that to the side. We'll pop this to the side as well. Right, let's crack this open. Fingers crossed it's good, fingers crossed. So I can see our sticker. It's a sticker, very nice. I think that comes from the front of the Scrawler zine rather than the front of the piece of artwork. Yeah, that's unusual. Usually the sticker is representative of the featured artist artwork. This has come from the front of the Scrawler zine instead. So that's interesting. Pop that to the side. Organic Origins, that is our ScrawlrChallenge this month. So every month I do an unboxing video, then a week or two later I do the ScrawlrChallenge, and we use the supplies to create a piece of artwork. So today we're going to open and swatch everything out. I'm not going to flip this over because it's also where the menu is and the prices. Okay, our sweet today is this, which looks potentially like a buttermint, like a Werther's. And then, right, okay, we've got a bit of a mix here. So we've got a paintbrush. So this is a Princeton angular shader It's a 1/4 inch. Yeah, okay, made in India. Fairly soft but snappy bristles. So snap. I don't know if you can hear that. Listen. That's the sound of the bristles. So they're quite snappy. That's nice. Good for acrylic paints, which I'm hoping that's what this is. Let's have a look. Yeah, fluid acrylics. Okay. I actually recently bought a whole bottle of fluid medium to do some fluid painting. So we've got 3 bottles of this titanium white, cerulean. Is that supposed to be cerulean blue or cerulean blue? Very odd spelling. And lemon yellow. So we're going to be doing something blue, yellow, and green. We've definitely got a hue value to be working with it. And then we do have a paint marker. This is a Lyra. I've not had a Lyra paint marker before. And this is, I'm guessing, black from the thing. It doesn't actually have a colour on there. So 2mm bullet nib, water-based permanent marker. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say acrylic on there, but I'm assuming it's acrylic as it says water-based, but it also says permanent marker. Right, okay, so this is it. This is what we have got this month. So 1 paint pen, 3 tubes of paint, and a paintbrush. So it doesn't feel like a lot. Obviously, we've got the paper as well over to the side. So let's flip this over and let's have a look. So Daler Rowney, which in my opinion are always a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes Daler Rowney are fantastic, other times they are just an absolute mess. So titanium white, cerulean blue hue, and lemon yellow. So it says that these are £3.79 each. It says that the Lyra graduate marker, it just says permanent marker. Water-based ink, so it's not a paint marker, it is an ink marker. So they said that is £3.65. The Princeton brush, £4.40, and the Cancer Mixed Media Sketchpad, £5.20. Yeah, I'm not so sure about these. It's feeling very thin on the ground, and these prices are feeling inflated. Now I can't say accurately whether that is the case until, you know, I actually do some research and find out. But yeah, particularly the Princeton brush and the Canson paper, that seems incredibly high for what they are. Right, okay, let's have a quick look in the Scrawler zines. So, contents, yeah, we've had a look at the contents. Can be paint or use it straight from the bottle or on a palette. Packed full of pigment, a little goes a long way. Yeah, we will see about that. Then we've got the artist, so that's Kerry Lemon, so that's the artist that did this piece here. Those are her socials there if you'd like to go and visit. So we've got a bit of an interview with the artist there. We've also got some Scrawler tips. So it's saying about swatching, mixing new colours, so pretty standard stuff, creating a wash, add marking, so that's with the brush. Create texture, use a leaf, use salt. So yes, those are things that you can do. I've said this before, I only use the supplies that come in the ScrawlrBox when we do the challenge. So drying time, the more paint on the page, the longer it'll take to fully dry. Yeah, all pretty standard stuff. I don't feel like there's anything here really that's adding value so far. Then we've got advice from the artist. So this generally is good. I like it when the artists give a little bit of advice. So we've got the Scrawler Gallery. So this is from December ScrawlrBox. So if you remember, this is when I did the recycled the box into a dice tray. So we've got Carmel, we've got Annie, let's see anyone else I recognise here, Katie. Seems to be lots of the same people being recycled through ScrawlrBox, which is great for them, but I know there's lots of other people out there as well, although I do love Annie's work every time. But yeah, it would be nice to see some fresh faces in here sometimes. Then we've got the Scrawler top 3, and then Fingerprints of Nature. So this is a little kind of article on a type of art or a media, so it's looks like it's printing this time. So yeah, okay, that is the Scrawlerzine for this month, and as you can probably hear from my voice, I'm feeling a little bit lackluster and a little bit let down so far for this month's ScrawlrBox. Oh, what was the sweet? I didn't actually look because there's no branding on it, no marking. Oh, it's a lemon sherbet. Okay, fair enough. I do like a lemon sherbet. Okay, and we are back. So I just took a couple of minutes to activate this marker, which is exactly the same as every other paint marker I've used. So I think it is a paint marker, not an ink marker. We've got our paper here. I've also got a really dirty old palette at the side and some water, and we're going to do a little bit of swatching. So first thing I want to do is just go through and swatch out these. So this one's going to be hard to see because it's white. I'm going to give it a bit of a shake first, actually. It's very full. It's not actually shaking. Do I need to pierce that at all? I don't think I do. No. There we go. So I can do it straight from the nib. It's not as loose and wet as I thought it was going to be. There is some body to it. Let's do the same with the yellow. Just a small bit. Yeah, it feels nice. It is it's a very wet paint, but not bad at all so far. So I also took a little bit of a break just to have a look at some of the prices of these, and I need to do a little bit more research. But yeah, so far not looking great on the old accurate pricing in the menu there. But hey, I'll leave that for the next video. So that's them straight from the little squeezy bottles, and they do squeeze really well. They're nice and soft. And then let's try out the Lyra marker. So I just activated this. Yeah, pretty good. Nice standard marker. See how quickly that dries and whether it is a matte or a glossy finish. But so far, these are the supplies that we've got. This is what we can make marks with. It doesn't inspire massive amounts so far, but I do want to try mixing some of these. So I'll use one of the clean bits. So I'm going to do an even 50-50 of the blue and the yellow. There we go, and then let's get a little bit of water to wet our very expensive Princeton brush and mix them together. That is a rather nice green. Very nice. How much can we water this down? A fair amount. I mean, it's already very liquid, obviously, but we can make it a little bit looser. Hey, there we go. Not bad at all. You can see this is drying, and it is a matte marker. So I'm just going to take a tissue and clean this brush off. There we go. I want to try blending on the page, so I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to leave this dry, and I'm just going to spread across. Nice, and now without cleaning the brush, I'm going to go into the yellow. You can see we can mix on the page. We can go back to the blue as well. Yeah, it spreads very nicely. Let's go into the white. The white is already drying, so it does dry fairly quickly, and you can see that well, hopefully you can see a little bit of a raised edge here, which means that actually we could lay some stuff down, wipe it away, and get a nice textured look, or just layer on top of each other and go kind of nice and impasto. But everything blends together fairly nicely. This is now dry. Let's give this brush another clean. Again, I've said this before, you know, ScrawlrBox is there as a way to inspire new artists as well. So the only thing I use of my own when we do the challenge that doesn't come in the box is a pencil. I think everyone should have at least a pencil or a means of making a mark. But I kind of feel like this is not a real inspiration to fresh young artists to go out there and try new things and create. It's yeah, like I say, feeling a little bit, that goes over that very nicely. I'm feeling a little bit meh about it today. Let's see how well this goes over the black as well. Actually, I'm going to lay a couple of white dots, dot, dot, dot. There we go. Let's just aim on the black. It's got lovely opacity. So the actual paint itself, it looks like on the hit and miss scale of Dale Rowney System 3, which I believe is their student grade. It's actually not bad at all. It's working really well. The paints are actually quite nice. They've got a nice put my teeth back in. They've got a nice viscosity to them, which I'm enjoying. The paint marker's the paint marker. You know, it will go in my tub with the rest of my paint markers. It's got a nice nib, it dries very quickly, it's got a nice opacity, and again it covers the other paint really, really well. And of course we've got the paper and the brush, so it's, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of leaving on a down note. I feel like this whole video has been on a bit of a down note really, but what do you think? Have you had this box? Have you unboxed it? If you haven't and you received these supplies, what would you think? Obviously I've been doing this for a while, so I have my set opinions as well, but do leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. I'm now going to go and buy a load of makeup for a drag performance that I'm doing next weekend, so I'm going to leave you all here. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.